Nhi Do plays Bin Kwan in season 2 of NarcoLeap, who you may remember as marketing student Mandy in season 1. Same character. Plot twist.
Don't do it, Mr. Kirkland.
Mandy? So I guess you weren't just the cutest girl in my business admin class.
Oh, I was definitely that. Not that it seemed to work on you.
Actually, that was me.
What?
Yeah, the person who pushed you away, I was in Aidan's body.
Kelsey.
Well, if she's here, she knows.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a first aid kit behind you.
So, NarcoLeap, season 2. We don't see you in season 1.
You do? Well, a little bit.
Yeah? Tell us about that.
Well, I'm a different character. So in season 1, I'm introduced as Mandy, who is a marketing student in Aidan's class. So you think I'm just kind of like hitting on him, being real cute.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't even make that connection.
I look really different. So then in season 2, you find out that I was posing as Mandy. I'm really Bin Kwan, and so yeah, I'm a secret agent kind of trying to get intel.
And so how did that come about? Like, did you know that in season 1, or did they were like, we devised this thing, come on back, we got a surprise?
Yeah, so in season 1, it was just Mandy was Mandy. And then when they were writing for season 2, Kate had this brilliant idea of like, oh my gosh, what if Mandy was a spy? And so they kind of pitched it before they wrote it. And you know, she was really smart. She's like, don't get your hopes up. It might go this way, it might not. You know, the writing process, things change and stuff, so.
Right.
Yeah.
They just wanted to make sure you were available.
Yeah, I was available and like up for it.
Right.
You know, they were like, could you be a badass? And I was like, oh yes, I can.
So what are the other evolutions between season 1, season 2 that you can tell us about? That like, how is the show more, better, different?
Yeah, so in the beginning, I think season 1 is very much focused on Kelsey's journey, right? With dealing with her narcolepsy, or what she thinks to be narcolepsy, her ability to astral project, how, you know, she feels like an outsider and she really feels like she's failing in life, right? She is struggling in college. She lost her scholarship, so now she has to work part-time at like a hot dog vendor. So it's really much like her journey into finding her place as an adult. And she's kind of balancing everything. So it becomes, in season 2, a much more, like the world is expanded. Now Kelsey's finding herself introduced to a bunch of new people, such as Bin, and also like realizing more about her dad and her mom and who they really are.
Who would you want to leap into?
I know that, you know, Kelsey says in the first season that when she leaps into someone, she really feels how they feel when she leaps into them. You know, and she always says that when she leaps, she wants to leap to do good. She feels like there's a purpose for it. So I think the person that comes to my mind would be Malala Yousafzai. I just think like all of her work and her trajectory from when she was a young girl, I would love to know what that was like, feel the hardships, and also, you know, maybe educate myself into like how I can fight for things like education for young girls in Pakistan. And yeah.
With Bin, where does this spy fit into the whole story as everything's evolving?
Well, there's a couple of clues in the script that Bin is a first-generation Canadian. Her parents are Vietnamese, and they are North Vietnamese, because she does say that her parents have underground tunnels under the home, so which is kind of alluding to the Viet Cong. So, and then there's another part in the script where she says that when Kelsey's saying that she just wants to jump into other people because she wants to feel what it's like to be other people, you know, get out of her own skin. And Bin actually says, yeah, I know what that's like. Sort of. And I feel like the position she grew up in, she didn't believe in. And so that was kind of something I built into the backstory where, you know, what the Viet Cong stood for, what the Northern Vietnamese did, and the stand for communism was something that Bin didn't believe in. She believed in a more democratic way of life where people had the right to vote and have freedom of speech. And so that's why she ended up becoming a spy and working with Helen and finding that journey, because she wanted to do good. She wanted to do something different than what her parents did, the identity that was given to her.
How did the relationship with Aidan change? Obviously, in season 1, it has, you know, overtones of romantic comedy, hijinks, and then what do we get in season 2?
Well, she's trying to save his life, you know, because he is pretty severely injured. But I think, yeah, it's less romantic, and the focus is more on helping Kelsey, trying to help her understand, you know, what's going on, and kind of, you know, softening the blow of like her mom's identity, because that's a huge world changer for Kelsey.
Beyond that, why else do you think that, particularly with season 2, that NarcoLeap is a show that is a sign of the times and a show people should be watching right now?
Well, I mean, it's a female-driven sci-fi series, which, you know, I find is not always common to have a female lead. That's huge. And also, I feel like there's different aspects that are being talked about, like Kelsey's sexuality, you know, with Louisa. And, you know, we joked on set that, like, Kelsey got to kiss everybody. Also, when you're talking about the Trippers and what they stand for, you know, versus Kelsey's journey with her astral projection and what that means, they will both want the same thing, but they're kind of dealing with the extremes.